Hello, hello. Thank you for checking in. It's Tuesday. Terrible Tuesday. Great to see everybody. Hope you're having a terrible day. No, I don't mean that. I mean terrific. Terrific Tuesday. Totally terrible Tuesday. And there is YouTube. Woohoo! So that's how long the lag is. Hello, welcome. I'm live most every weekday, Monday through Friday, on YouTube and Google Hangouts. If you're watching on Google Hangouts, there is a lag, but I'm reading. So let me say hello to everybody. Ulrich Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Aja Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Phil Chandler and Sam and St. Clinton and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Angie Tomlinson and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Wing Doggy and N1 QOV and Joe Barney and Red Stapler. Let me make sure I got everyone. Hello! Sorry I missed you guys for a couple days. I was feeling a little under the weather. But hello! I'm recovering. Hello, Sue. It's been just a little too much excitement. A little too much stress. My system may be overtaxed. No, just a little too much for my system this past month. Actually, it's only been, I just realized yesterday was exactly 3 weeks. There's a lot of drama in 3 weeks. So I'm just realizing how freaked out I was. Just realizing that, oh wow, I'm a little bit of a wreck. So it's taken a little bit for that everything to decompress. So but hello. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Tuesday, and it's still warm in Los Angeles, but it's gotten considerably cooler, like at least 20 degrees cooler. I actually had to put a second blanket on my bed last night. And it rained. It rained yesterday. It got down to the 60s on one day. Today it's like the 70s. So it was in the 90s last week. So it's considerably cooler. But I'm still wearing a short-sleeve shirt. But definitely not sweating anymore. And I don't have every single window open anymore either. So Sue says it's 40 degrees there. I know there are some places that actually have like snow and there's been some crazy weather in up where you are in Maine, Allura, and there was a hurricane, Joaquin, and in South Carolina, crazy flooding, and in France, crazy flash floods that killed like 20 people that were there for the festivals they have in Cannes. One of them's called, it's a TV festival, like the Big Cannes Festival. This one is called MIPCOM. But there was a bunch of people there. They have tents and stuff and like all the kind of like things that happen in these big film markets. Like 20 people were killed. Giant flooding. Linda says there was flooding in Bangor and Portland. Yeah, so crazy weather all around. Flooding, a whole town was flooded in South Carolina. Some sort of, it hadn't been a flood like that for about 1,000 years. So, David Jones, no, I was not up for any awards in France. It wasn't an actual award show. I think it's a film market that was happening in France. This right now called MIPCOM. It's a TV market where they go Instead of selling films, they're selling TV shows, looking for distributors. Distributors are selling, producers are selling. So it's a market where people go and sell TV shows. Sturgis Guy says, Sturgis Guy is in South Dakota, and he says they're having snow-nados. It's already pretty cold there in South Dakota, isn't it, Sturgis Guy? What is the temperature there? No, you're teasing? Are you really teasing? Is it 38 degrees? Sue says, what is a snow-nado? That's when the snow is swirling around like a blizzard. Hi, Fairies Lover. And thank you for your sweet notes, Philip Chandler. Much appreciated. I hope you're doing well as well. And Sam, hope you're feeling better. Sending you positive healing vibes. Did that work? Let me know. Send me a message later if that worked, because if this works, I gotta market that. Yeah, if anyone feels anything or has any improvement in any condition they may be suffering from, let me know. I can start marketing my online psychic healing services. Yes, it's my awesome aura. This guy says he needs help with his prostate. Oh. Let me see if I can give you a hand. Oh! Is that helping? David Jones says he suffers from boredom. Well, that's what happens, David Jones, when you are a genius living among idiots. It's impossible. What can you do? It must be hard to even have an engaging conversation with anyone. Yo, dude. Oh, well, I'm sure that looks great, Linda. David Jones says, I'm much smarter than everyone else around him, because I'm able to recognize his genius. Therefore, I must be smarter. No wonder they're idiots. They can't tell that you're a genius? Oh. That's just because you do such a good job of keeping it undercover. See, I myself don't have that problem. I can't help but let my genius just explode all over the place. I mean, everywhere I go, people are just, like, overwhelmed by my genius. They're like, I get this a lot. You're a fucking genius, aren't you? And I say, yep. All the time. What are you, some kind of genius? You got it. Yeah, so I can't contain it. I can't contain it. I stopped trying. Well, thank you, Wing Doggy. Oh, and I had a scare on last week. I think it was Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday night. I was asleep, but I wasn't sleeping very well, and I heard a noise. Somebody was trying to open my door, get in my house at 3 in the morning. Like, break in. I know! I'm not already freaked out enough. It was Friday, and I had the phone, and I was about to call 911, and then all of a sudden he did like a thing with his shoulder, like trying to push, like smash the door. So then I just started screaming, "Get the fuck out of here!" I started screaming, and he ran away. He looked like some sort of like homeless kind of thing. He looked like he was on drugs or homeless or something. He's like, yeah. And then he ran off, and I called 911, and I don't know. I think they said they were going to send a car by. I never saw a car, but I went back. Well, I tried to go back to bed, but I was kind of awake for the rest of the night. Like that. So, yeah, which is really good for my post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yeah, yeah. Sue says I need a bat. I do. You know what? That's true. I do not have a bat. Oh, there's pepper spray somewhere. Somewhere. I have no idea. There's this guy says I need a gun. Well, yeah. I'm not so sure about that. Oftentimes when you have a gun, they end up getting... a lot of people end up shooting themselves, shooting the wrong people with the gun. Shooting off, dropping it. They drop a gun, it goes off. I didn't know it was loaded. Yeah, you read a lot of those stories. You know, guy puts gun in his pocket, accidentally shoots his own penis, tries to tell the cops he was attacked. It's kind of embarrassing when you actually shoot yourself in your own penis, accidentally. I was attacked! Some guy shot me! Except the gunshot and the blood is on your living room floor next to the gun you dropped. Ah! Right, about that. They burst into my house! And, yeah. That's actually a true news story. That really happened. I read about that, I think, last week or something. That is a real story. Guy was playing with his gun or cleaning or doing something. He put it in his pocket, loaded, shot himself in the junk, and then went to the police and tried to lie because he was so embarrassed. Tried to say he was attacked. It was pretty evident once they went to the scene of what happened. But, yeah, guns are bad. Too many guns. No, actually, I think it's fine for people to have, you know, it's good to have a gun, but there's too many guns with too many crazy people or people with criminal records that have guns. So I think there should be maybe a little more, some restrictions. I don't say take away all the guns from everyone, but maybe make it harder for the wrong people to get guns. Oh yes, and because think about it, you have to take a test and study. When you want to drive a car, you got to get a license. You got to take a test. There's seems a lot easier to get a gun than to get a driver's license. Yeah, and I just saw something. An 11-year-old shot his neighbor who was 8 with the gun. Got his father's gun. Little kid doesn't like that little girl. I hate you. Yeah. That's too many guns. That's a problem. Yeah, she didn't want him to play with her puppies, so now she's dead, and he's going to jail. That's loud. Incoming! I kind of have to put some of the blame on the parents for that, because an 11-year-old probably shouldn't have direct access to the gun. A loaded gun probably should be someplace where your 11-year-old can't get it. I think you got to put some blame. Not only are they probably not doing a very good job of teaching their son, instilling values of right and wrong and being nice, but also, how did he get the gun? Why was a loaded gun anywhere near? And yeah, I think a lot of that blame has to go on the parents for being bad parents. Let me just say it out loud. You're a bad parent. Yeah. Yes, Sturgis, guys. Sad. Sad. Yes, under the big W. I I'm feeling, after suffering through my own crime assault experience, random violence against me, I'm feeling a, a lot of empathy and connection with all these people that that were just shot at Oregon and all these stuff. I'm feeling like, oh my God. I'm feeling it's hitting me a little hard. Coming in contact with the crazy person like that who's willing to attack strangers randomly. It makes you a little nervous. Yeah, you're right, Linda. I should probably there's a small chance that I might need to talk to a therapist. I don't know. What do you say? You want to go out on a limb there, Linda? Perhaps therapy would do you some good. And that's, you probably could have said that before this whole assault thing. And now? Yeah. Therapy and maybe a whole bunch of Krav Maga self-defense training. I want though in my case none of the self-defense training in the world would have will prepare you for the kind of sucker punch of somebody hitting you from behind where you're not even aware. You can't really prepare for that. And you see plenty of videos online of people doing that. Exactly, Sue. It can happen anytime, anywhere, anyone. Lunchtime at a family tourist place. And the guy walking by didn't seem like, when he was walking by, he seemed very just normal. He didn't seem like a dangerous guy. He wasn't walking by and I was like, ooh, dangerous guy. He seemed completely benign, normal. Like I didn't pay, just like anyone walking down the street where you normally don't pay that much attention to them. People, if you're in the grocery store or walking anywhere at the bank. David Jones says he's a criminal. Yes, he was. Most definitely was. But he was not wearing a badge or a sign to say that. And he didn't look like it. Didn't look like a bad guy. If bad guys have a look. Yes. That's how they trick you. Well, it goes to show that there is no look. Could be anyone. I mean, Linda Polly could be a mass murderer. I mean, that would be the best disguise ever. Nobody would ever suspect you. You could probably murder 10, 20 people before anyone would catch on. And because you seem, nobody would suspect you, you would get in really close to somebody. And then, boom! They would never suspect you, Linda. You could get away with, you could get away with crime. Alara says it's a good thing she wouldn't do that. Yeah, it's a good thing because Maine is a much safer place without you going around murdering people, Allura Star. David Jones says Allura Star would be the first person searched by the TSA. That's why she only murders locally. She likes to stay close at home. Alright, but I jest. We're being silly. Exactly, Allura. Would you like a cup of tea? And then maybe some poison in the tea. Oops. My bad. Exactly. Yeah, there it is. That's it, Allura. Your next short story that you write is a crime thriller. Crime thriller about a kindly old lady who murders people. But maybe she only murders bad people, like a vigilante, the grandma vigilante. She finds out about bad guys. Maybe people from the afterworld tell you who's a bad guy, who's committing crimes, and then she secretly murders them. There's your next short story, Allura. So, All right, but anyhow, it's after 5:45. I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. I will be back tomorrow for Humpless Day. Let me say goodbye to everybody. Allura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and T-Sus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Starvaven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and The Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Philip Chambler, Sam and St. Clinton and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Angie Tomlinson and T-Sus. Let me make sure, and Wing Doggy. Let me make sure I got everyone. All right. Kisses for everybody. I love you. Bye. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.